Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch in my hand is the Omega De Ville Prestige. You can see 41 millimeters in diameter in steel. It has a PVD wine burgundy dial, and the De Ville is a dress watch line, but very different in style from the Constellations, a little bit more traditional across the board. So 41 millimeters in diameter, 10.9 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip, 47.8 with a 19 millimeter spacing between the lugs. On my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, it wears well. These are fairly compact watches, and as you can see, the lugs, even pulling the strap fairly tight, they're not near the edge of my wrist, so you could wear this watch on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference. Mine is 16. Once again, you can see it'll fit easily underneath the cuff. The strap is high grade. Although this is something approaching the entry-level Omega for men, the fact remains that there's nothing about this watch that looks entry-level. We have large, rectangular, symmetrical scale alligator leather, exactly what you would expect to see on a Patek Philippe. It's an expensive cut of the animal that's small, actually, a tiny part of the hide on the belly, and yet here it is to match the dial in that burgundy red. We've got a monotone stitch, we've got a folded edge. One might even say the monotone stitch gently contrasts in brown. Taking a look at the bottom, we have conventional sort of Epsom leather calfskin. Flipping it around, you can see there's a simple pin buckle with the Omega logo. This is not a lyre style lug watch. It doesn't look like other Omegas. It doesn't look like a Connie. It doesn't look like a Speedmaster. It doesn't look like a Seamaster. As I stated, it's a dress watch, but with more traditional dress watch form factor. Tumble home to the case. Everything's polished. We've got a little bit of a flange at the edge of the bezel, and then again, adjacent to the cambered sapphire, over the PVD burgundy wine dial. Outboard a chemin de fer for reading our minutes, the railroad track. We have a combination of little cabochon indices and stylized Roman numerals, including the watchmaker's 4. We have a little alpha hand for small seconds. Then we have leaf style hands or foy style hands for the hours and minutes. The watch has 2 setting modes, one of which is hacking or stop seconds. So you can set the watch to a reference to the second. And then the other is the quick set for the date. You can see that the dial has a lush and lovely depth to it with a metallic base underneath the PVD, and that sunburst metallic does shine through the color. Turning it all over, we've got caliber 8802, which is an 8800 but with small seconds. So single barrel, automatic winding, 55-hour power reserve. It's got a full balance bridge and a free-sprung balance for shock resistance. The free-sprung balance also making for very precise adjustment. You can see that this here is a 35 joule movement. And we've got the Co-Axial escapement, which trades the sliding friction of a Swiss lever for tangential friction, which is less. The watch has an anti-magnetic balance staff, balance wheel, escapement, escape wheel pivot, and anchor pivot, plus the silicone hairspring, with the result that the watch is almost completely amagnetic to over 15,000 Gauss. Not a maximum, a minimum. So 55-hour power reserve, a weird beat rate of 25,200 vibrations per hour that's specific to these silicone hairspring Swatch Group watches. And I should mention that the Master Chronometer certification means a lot. 30-meter water-resistant watch, and it would have been tested for chronometry as a fully assembled watch to no worse than -0 plus 5 seconds per 24 hours. Water resistance, winding efficiency, power reserve, durability, and of course anti-magnetism to over 1.5 Tesla would have been tested on this watch, and it would have been subjected to all of these tests. This is a fantastic watch that offers a lot of advanced technology and what is probably still neck and neck with the Rolex Dynapulse as the most sophisticated movement you can buy for under $50,000. So if you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.